Community Kitchen is proudly brought to you by Gemini Catering Equipment at gemcat.com.au. And tonight's episode of Community Kitchen is proudly supported by the Penny Black, Sydney Road, Brunswick. Come in and enjoy a $12 steak Wednesdays or a $12 burger Thursdays every week from 5 p.m. For more, go to their Facebook page and give them a like.
On tonight's episode, I'm joined with Luke McGregor at the Penny Black in Brunswick as he tries his hand at cooking a lasagna. We keep chatting in the beer garden and we hear a song from Tall Buildings.
Hello, welcome to Community Kitchen. I'm Laura Davis. We're at the Penny Black in Brunswick. Later on we're going to be listening to a performance by Tall Buildings, but first we're going to be cooking with Luke McGregor.
Yeah, lucky I was here.
Lucky?
Yeah.
What are we cooking, Luke McGregor?
Today we're going to be making a lasagna.
A lasagna.
If you want to pronounce it incorrectly, just kidding.
I think that's how it is.
Probably.
It's got a lot of cheese.
Yeah, that's just for us to snack on while we make the lasagna.
Have you made this before?
No. I buy it in a packet and then I put it in the oven. So this is more...
That's misleading slightly. We've got to cover that slightly.
Oh,
but if you just bought it, it would...
That's pretty much what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's going to look like.
That's your dreams
at the
right
end.
there.
That's what it will look like.
Okay.
Even though we don't have any lettuce, that's what it'll look like.
We should have gotten lettuce.
I'll find a way.
Do you cook a lot? What do you do? What do you do with your time?
I make salads sometimes, but not very often. Watch a lot of YouTube.
What do you watch on YouTube?
Been watching people falling off skateboards. Been watching a lot of Ellen lately. Not ashamed to
love
admit.
Ellen.
She's so good.
How long do you watch Ellen videos for?
I'm hoping I mention her name and whether maybe she'll come on the show. We've got a bit of a surprise for you, Luke.
I would love that.
She'll come out.
That is pungent. That you just
the sauce was pre-made for us. There was no trust. They didn't trust me, obviously, or it takes too long to make.
It does take a long time to make. That's probably a good one.
Yeah, this is probably better than I would have made.
It is pungent though.
It smells good. I reckon that's good to go, to be honest.
All right, let's assemble. This is assembly.
Let's just get into it. All right.
I think I've watched Ellen videos for maybe 2 hours before.
That's probably about my record as well, I reckon. Maybe longer, to be honest.
But okay. I don't want to be the host that stomps on the gas, but you're doing that wrong.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. If you put that there, what's going to happen, Luke McGregor?
It's going to cook a great lasagna.
No, it's going to be all... Because you got to get a bit of this.
Okay. Do you put oil on first?
No.
No?
You fool.
Oh, so that goes... Well, how does it have a bottom then if you put...
No, just a little bit.
Okay.
Just to moisten it.
Okay.
Really, you should be doing this with the creamy
with this stuff?
Yeah.
Do you want me to put this on?
Yeah, I do. We'll just make a little bit of moisture down the bottom. Because the pasta's going to absorb it. Really,
good on you.
It should just be the bechamel, but we're making a creamy lasagna today.
A dessert lasagna,
Well, they make dessert pizzas. They should do dessert lasagna.
Should I just pour it in?
Just pour a little bit in.
So what you might need to cut around it and make it look like that I know what I'm doing.
No.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll give you a bit of the history of lasagna.
I would like the whole history of lasagna.
I think, was it Italy invented it, I think?
Yeah.
That is unfortunately the end of the history lesson.
What food do you think would have been the hardest to invent?
Maybe, what's the one where they get a blowtorch? The dessert one where they blowtorch the top?
Creme
Brulee. That would have been hardest, I reckon.
Alright, do you want me in charge of the cream? I'll do this.
So now I pour that on, don't I?
Yeah.
Just chuck it on?
I don't want to hijack your lasagna, but I feel like I've knocked your confidence slightly.
I know what I'm doing. This is going to be that, then another layer, then that, then another layer.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
sweet.
That's a good amount of meat.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, give it a mix.
You're not a vegetarian, are you? Or?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Not that there's anything wrong with it, being a Anyway, here we go.
No, of course.
As you can see, it's pretty much at the final stages now. So do we put on a...
delicious. No, we need more cream.
Oh,
we need
more cream
liquid.
first.
This
is probably a topic that's been brought up many times, but the first people who, like when we just, as a human race, started deciding to eat food, which is pretty early on, but when they were deciding which foods were poisonous and whatnot, like which fruit you're allowed to eat and stuff, and the test, that must have been a real... there must have been a lot of arguments during that period. Your turn, Steve. I'm not trying that. It's got spikes. It's got spikes all over it.
What would you be afraid to try?
Well, can you imagine the pineapple for starters?
Yeah.
Like that's like he goes, here, try that, and they wouldn't have taken the skin off first. They just would have gone, tried to eat it.
I think they had knives and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
They would be right. What you do with lasagna, Luke McGregor, is you don't just put it in the same place because then your lasagna will fall apart. Yeah. It's like laying bricks.
So so that way, if I want to run with the lasagna,
yeah, it's sturdy.
Okay,
you can throw it.
If I got a meeting to go to and I'm just running with my lasagna, and I'll eat this once I get to the meeting.
You could throw this at a tram.
Or maybe I don't know. I'm cooking it for a friend, and they're like, I'm about to miss my tram. I don't have time to come and get it from you. I can throw it to them.
Mail it.
And it'll stay in one combined.
Are you allowed to mail a lasagna?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
It's a little bit. There's like a 10-cent surcharge.
But are you
for the
allowed
lasagna?
to mail like disgusting things, or is there?
I don't see why not.
I can see why not.
I used to work in a. This is a bit gross because it's a food show, but I used to work in a bowel cancer screening organisation.
That's okay.
And
that's important.
They were supposed to mail the results to the laboratory. We gave them the address in a prepackaged envelope, and very occasionally they would just send the results back to us. And someone had just done a little present in an envelope and just mailed it to us in an envelope. It was so gross. It's just going... Just a little stamp on it.
7-Eleven bag.
Yeah. Don't even wrap it in plastic. I'm like, buddy, what are you doing? And the postman just, it's fine. That's normal.
That is the worst part of his.
It's just, it was. Is there enough mince? Do we need more mince?
No, because we don't have any more pasta. We've got just enough for one more
layer.
One more layer, yeah. So
okay, so just here.
Go that. Bung it all in, buddy.
My friend pranked someone who was doing a dinner party once, and she said she hadn't made a lasagna before. And my friend said that one of the key ingredients is cinnamon. And it tasted like a donut.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I feel like we should have been putting the Parmesan through as well.
Oh, yeah. It's too late?
Nah.
Nah.
It's not too late.
Through the magic of lifting the lasagna up. Here as well.
Yeah, get it all.
Check it in. Okay, is that more?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, there.
Oh, no.
No, it's okay. We're doing a really good job.
I'm sorry, lasagna.
This is looking pretty amazing.
Yeah, this looks real good.
Do you want to put a little bit more cream, maybe in the corner there?
Yes, I can do that. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's better. Because at first I'm like, is this gonna turn out all right? Now
would you serve this up?
I'd serve this up to easily to children or sick relatives who I know have very careful food allergies. That's how much I trust this lasagna.
Do you have any food allergies?
Not that I'm aware of. I've got food poisoning once.
Yeah, cream on top.
And cream on top. And it wasn't
where
fun.
did you get food poisoning from?
I went to a restaurant and had some pasta that wasn't... there's something wrong with it. The chef rubbed it on his backside or something because it really...
That's probably exactly what he did.
And it even said on the menu that he'd do that, but I wasn't reading.
A little bit
more. Oh, more?
Yeah.
And I was sick for 2 days, but I just sucked it up like a champion.
Yeah,
and I was in bed for a long time.
We've made a rule on this show that the comedians aren't really allowed to talk about comedy and gigs because it can be boring. But you told me a story before that I think is too good to miss out on. Can you tell me that one again, please?
I've done
for the people.
I've done a lot of toilet stuff today. I had to go. I was doing a gig in Scarborough in Perth, and I had to go. I had to go to the bathroom mid gig.
Yes.
And I said to the audience, look, I'm really busting out of the toilet, so just for the rest of the half hour we've got left, I'll be standing weird. So just know that that's going to happen. And so I just sort of like this doing the gig, and then a lady just yelled out, "Just go!" I'm like, "Wait, just go to the toilet, it's fine." And so I went to the porta potty, ran the back, and brought the mic with me, and just kept doing the gig, and it was fine. I don't know if it was fine. I couldn't hear anything. But there was one point where I was just sitting in the cubicle by myself with the mic, just going, "I regret this. I'm really sorry about this, everyone." And then but I think it went okay because people said afterwards I should leave it in the show. So now I go to the toilet every gig without. It's one of my favourite bits.
I like the two people in this story. I like the one who goes, "I love, just go.
Just go. Just get out of here."
Just so uncomfortable at watching you stand weird.
And then it was. She's like, "No.
Like the brave part. Like, no.
Go."
Everyone can wait.
Everyone was on board as well. Everyone was like, "You should go."
The people who think that it's great and want you to repeat.
Yeah, that bit where you went to the toilet was a stroke of genius.
That was pushing the art form beyond.
What a maverick. What is Parmesan cheese? Is it just that, but with they had a bit of stink to it, or is it basil, pine nuts, and garlic in the food processor? Okay.
No, that's a recipe.
Oh, that's a recipe.
Not the
Okay.
Ingredients. Parmesan cheese is just like an aged cheese, so
Okay.
it's kind of that.
Anti-attacking agent.
Important.
One of my favourite foods.
Well, maybe we should go and have a chat out in the bar, and I'll watch this cheese smell. Yeah, can you smell that?
Parmesan.
Yeah, it's pretty
Smells
strong.
great.
We'll put this in the oven for.
It's nothing like a bit of Parmesan on the oil for a date.
Gross. Okay, well, this is looking like it's pretty done. Luke McGregor.
Let's eat.
Well, let's put it in to cook for, I think it says 50 minutes on the box.
Boring.
Or something like that. And
You've never had raw lasagna before? It's delicious. Trust me.
it's
a
one
real.
of the things you really cannot eat raw.
Every Christmas, our family enjoys a raw lasagna together,
No.
and it's what keeps us together.
But we'll put this in the oven,
Okay.
and we'll go have a chat in the bar, and we'll see these guys after break on Community Kitchen.
Sounds good.
Join us. We're at the Penny Black in Brunswick with Luke McGregor. Our lasagna's in the oven, but we have to have a chat.
Yeah.
I just found this hat in the garden.
You really did. And put it on.
I really want to wear it
I just
forever.
found this shirt in the garden and put it on.
Nice shirt.
Thank you.
You did better than I did.
Well, I was quick. I said, "You want the hat or the shirt?" And you said the shirt, and I said, "Too bad you're getting the wet hat."
We wanted to make this show where we get to ask comedians questions that weren't about comedy and like bigger ideas. I wanted to ask you, what is the weirdest thing you believe in?
Probably touch wood. You know how you say, I'm not going to get. I haven't had the flu yet. Touch wood, because I guess if you really think about it, like even if I said we're never going to get attacked by a tiger in the city, touch wood, that means that if I really do believe, because I do touch wood. Do you say touch wood?
Sometimes, yeah.
If I really believe that, that means that enough. That means there's some. That means I believe in an omnipresent being who knows when I say something like, "There's not going to be any tigers in the city."
Yeah.
And then I also believe that omnipresent being is going to go, "Oh well, I'm sending out some tigers." And that means if I say touch wood, then that being goes, "Well, I hate doing this, but bring the tigers back," because he said touch wood. And that means that I guess everyone who's not saying touch wood is just getting attacked by tigers all the time. or it kicks in when you do say touch wood, and that's when the first time this being sees you. I don't know. It's more crazy the more I think about it, but I still say touch wood.
Do you do the thing of saying touch wood, not being able to find wood, and trying to find the closest
Real
thing?
panic. Usually paper is like a substitute, and I'm like, is it okay?
Wood printed like laminate or something?
Google a picture of wood and just touch the phone. Just whatever I can find. Usually wood laminate or a mental note to touch wood.
But how long was the grace period?
I guess until the tigers get there. Usually about 10 minutes.
We won't.
Yeah, at one point I saw tigers coming at me in the city, and like I dived and got the tree just in time, and the tigers are like, back it up, boys.
Tigers hate trees.
Tigers hate trees. And they know that I touch wood, so they went back to the jungle. It's a really close call. That's the closest I've come to dying. That day, the tigers almost got me in the city.
What is the you're clearly joking then, but what is the closest you've come to dying?
I fell off a cliff once, and I don't know if I would have died though. It was pretty low, but it was very scary.
It's just a guy called Cliff.
Cliff.
Just rolled
off. He was piggybacking me. I fell off. Bully at school threw me off a cliff, and he must have known how far it was. Yeah, he just goes. And I go,
measured the cliff.
And I'm like, oh, nice pal, as I'm falling.
Why did your school have a cliff?
Just it was one in their pamphlets. We got cliffs. So in case don't you like your kid, we can make it look like an accident. One of it was, I don't know.
How old were you? How old was the cliff-throwing bully? That is the next level of bullying.
I was like 11, he was like 15, I think. And I think he must have, I don't know if he knew how long I didn't fall very far, but for the small amount of time I was falling, I thought, this is it. Killed off the cliff. And I landed and I was okay. I landed in a bunch of bushes. Yeah, they called them stink bushes. And they're this really smelly plant, and I smelled for the rest of the day.
Threw you off
a cliff.
What did you do?
Nothing. I was standing there.
Were you in the library or something asking for it?
It's like, yeah, and he just he goes, and he carried me forever. And I'm like, you better not be throwing me off a cliff, pal. And he's like, I'm not. All right, I'll let you keep carrying me then, I guess. And then he did. He threw me off a cliff.
Sneaky bugger.
Sneaky bugger. So I don't stand near cliffs anymore.
Did you like school?
With my back turned? Not really.
I hated it.
I hated it a lot.
How bad is it?
But it set me up for comedy, so...
Yeah.
Got that great cliff story.
So sorry.
That's fine. It'll never happen again. Touch wood.
No, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Oh,
man.
But, now if I ever get thrown off a cliff, I know how to land. In a bunch of bushes.
Stink
bushes.
Holy moly. I always think about the times that I would have nearly died and not known.
Like when?
Like if someone was going to attack you when you walked home, or a car.
Oh, and then they go, I just don't have time. I was going to attack it, but I ran out of time.
I left the iron on.
So he's like...
But like getting hit by a car or getting sick or something, and you just don't know how close.
Well, if you get sick, surely you know, don't you? That you go to the doctors?
I don't.
You never go to the doctors?
I'm a hypochondriac who never goes to the doctors.
Doesn't make any sense.
I just Google stuff at home.
Oh, that's good.
It's terrible.
Because Google always gives you the gamut. Here's the worst. Here's the best thing that could happen.
Do you go to the doctors?
Yeah, all the time. It's bulk billed.
Oh.
It's free, so that's where you go.
You just want someone to chat with?
Someone to chat with. If I'm bored, bring a glass of wine. Do you want a glass of wine? Just bring a glass too, not a bottle. Just a glass of wine. We can share it. So, is there anything I can help you with? Not really. I'll be at a tea soon. Just kidding. That's some of the banter I do with the doctor.
It's great banter. You'll get the top-notch medicine.
I'm going to give you the top-notch medicine. I'm going to give you the stuff I don't give all the patients because you're really funny, and it gives me the secret stuff.
Would you be a doctor?
Yeah, I wanted to be a doctor. I started studying medicine just before I dropped out of uni.
Why did you drop out of uni?
Wasn't very good at it. Is there a doctor?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it from here. I got this. Just put him in the fetal position and let's hope he doesn't bleed out. Should we call the ambulance? No. We've done all we can.
I studied. And
No, don't call the ambulance. Let him just see, once the bleeding stops, he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. Well, we should go and check on our lasagna because we need to add the cheese and bake it all up. But is there anything
We need to buy a real lasagna from a restaurant and then cut to that, and it's finished. And
we need to go and start again.
Yeah, because we really made a mess there.
Is there anything you wanted to plug? I understand I've been wearing this hat completely.
Just my lasagna restaurant, I guess.
Yeah, you like to plug your lasagna restaurant?
Which opens whenever the show airs.
Yeah.
Come on down and get a.
Where is it?
TBC.
Just in a park somewhere.
Just
it's a
in
pop-up.
It's a pop-up lasagna restaurant. We're usually open at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And come down and get your lasagna. Breakfast lasagna.
Well,
no one serves lasagna at breakfast.
No.
That's what we...
That's your niche. You're going in
Yeah. God, I want a lasagna. Who's...
under the wave, not over.
Yeah.
Well, we can send people to your website if they want to check out your lasagna restaurant.
Yeah,
I've got
they can follow me on Twitter, I guess.
You can Google image you.
Google image?
Yeah.
You should Google image me? Yeah.
Well, we're going to go in and check on our lasagna.
Yep.
And we'll be back after the break with a song from Tall Buildings. If you've just joined us, we're at the Penny Black with Luke McGregor and we're about to taste our lasagna.
Ooh.
How do you feel about this?
Well, I've got nothing on tomorrow, so if we get food poisoning, I can heal up. I'm okay.
What do you like to do at home when you're sick?
When I'm sick with food poisoning, just go to the bathroom a lot, really. That's my favourite activity.
Fair enough. Well, we should... I want to just cut in.
I reckon we should avoid the burnt bits and just go for the middle,
makes it hard.
straight in the centre. Just cut a circle in the centre. Ooh boy.
This is
Maybe here.
This is your grandmother's recipe.
She died of lasagna poisoning. Look at that cream. That's just cream.
It's bad.
We're gonna get food poisoning. I'm really worried about this cream that we just. It's still cream.
Yeah, but what did you expect? We did nothing to the cream. You go first. You're the guest.
It actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah, really good.
Actually tastes pretty good. I think the meat sauce saved us. The meat sauce, the bit I didn't do, is what saved us. It's good meat sauce.
Well, we're going to keep eating this delicious lasagna.
Oh, yeah, we'll finish it off. It'll all be gone.
Thank you so much for coming and making whatever we're eating now.
Thanks for having me.
So we're going to take you out with a lovely song from Tall Buildings, and we'll see you next week on Community Kitchen. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Come on, baby, just come on down. We'll take the 246 across this river town. Oh, Beth-Anne, we got both feet on the wire. But how will I know when you're ready? Don't you know that I'm ready? Just look ahead. Oh, Beth-Anne. Oh, Beth-Anne. Oh, Beth-Anne, you're my here comes sun. Come on, baby, just walk on by and tie your long hair back, show your knowing eyes. Oh, Beth-Anne, put your hands on the horizon. But how will I know when you're ready? Don't you know that I'm ready? Just look ahead. Oh, Beth-Anne. Oh, Beth-Anne, you're my here comes the sun. It's written in my bones and I can't erase it. We got another job now, baby, I'll take it. Lift your chin and warm this second skin. Oh, Beth-Anne, you're my here comes the sun. Oh, Beth-Anne, you're my here comes the sun. You're my here comes the sun.
Tonight's episode of Community Kitchen was proudly supported by the Penny Black, 420 Sydney Road, Brunswick.